are editing this winter shoot. So let's start, I think, with this image. So we're gonna start in Luminar, and we're gonna select all the edit, copy with the adjustments, which in this case I actually don't have any adjustments on this one, so just raw image. And go to Luminar. Whenever it's gonna wake up. It's a previous picture, but I haven't done anything with this one. What the hell is going on? Oh, next picture, I think. What is it doing here? Oh, there you go. Finally. So we have some presets over here that I did for different kind of edits. So I'm using this dreamy kind of look. And now it doesn't look like much right now, but once you press the button, it gives you the effects. Okay, so it's gonna soften everything up. I think this is fine. Let's see if we can do anything else with it. That's not bad, but I would like to add a couple things here. A little bit of detail enhancing because I'm shooting with a fisheye, so it's gonna hit or miss, and it's a manual, so I need to sharpen up a little bit, not too much. So let's go into advanced settings and let's see small details or medium details. Maybe 11. And then detail protection. And maybe a little bit on the small details, just a tad of it. And then increase the large details to about like 16, maybe this much, 20. Okay, detail masking, sharpening radius, blah blah blah. So let's see. Looks okay. It's fine with me. I don't need to do much on that one. Now let's take it to, let's take that image to from Lightroom. See, Lightroom Classic already created a second image for it. That is the original. This is the dreamy kind of looking image. Okay. Now we're exporting this TIFF file into Photoshop. Now we're pressing again, make sure editing a copy with Lightroom adjustments is selected. So we get the whole edit from the other software. And I guess the computer doesn't like me, so it's kind of acting slow. Okay, so we had 16-bit RGB color in Photoshop. Let's zoom in a little bit. So the first thing we do, we're creating a copy by dragging and dropping on a plus sign here. That's the most important thing because we don't want to be destructive. So the next thing we're gonna do is make sure we create the curves adjustment layer. And I'm gonna do several of them. 2 and curves adjustment layer 3. So now what we're gonna do is create a dark one. So I need to create a little dark atmosphere, like about maybe this. I want the drama in the clouds and the foreground, so it kind of like exposes the light in a way. Don't worry, now it looks like a crap, I know. But that's what we're gonna do. So this one we call it dark. Dark. Now this one, it's gonna be light. So what we're gonna do is double click on that and take the curves like around here and pull it up. Okay, so bring some light, maybe a little bit more. Don't want to do too much, but I think this is okay. We can always adjust that with masks. So now this one creating light. Light, and then the third one we're gonna actually play around with. Let me first turn these things. You press on the Mac Command I to invert the mask. So now you see how much light there is. Same thing on the light. You press Command I and it turns that one invisible basically because masks covers or reveals. Now this one I want to play around and see what we can do with colors. I need to increase the reds, so like this probably. Then we go to greens, and I don't need to do anything with greens, I don't think, because there's nothing green very much over there. So we're gonna do a little bit of the blues. Oh no, I need lighter color blues. So blues on the lighter side, like this, and maybe actually play with the greens a little bit, see what kind of mess we can get into. No, I don't like that. So maybe right here, because that little strange kind of interesting. And so let's play with RGB a little bit. Increase the whites again one more time. Nope. Okay, I think this is what I want. Okay, so now we do the same thing. Command I and invert it. So now we're gonna paint things dark. So I'm gonna use my Wacom, whatever tablet to paint this stuff. Okay, so make it bigger. Let's resize the brush. Come on. There you go. So now we're doing the black. Jesus, we're doing the black painting. Oh, make sure it's not 100%. Jesus. So we just undo this twice, 3 times. Okay. So let's reduce the opacity of the brush to like 25, maybe 25. It should be fine. So we're painting the dark spots a little bit more. So, and kind of creating a little bit of drama here. Shadow. the brush size, like brushing up a little bit, not too much, but creating this kind of like overall look of drama to it. Now I'll show you a little trick too. So, okay, let's minimize the image. Oh, minimize the image, and now let's create a bigger brush and just dab in the corners a little bit like this, and maybe a little bit like this, creating a little more drama in the background. And kind of like a vignetting effect to it. Like slide tabs. Now we're gonna play with light. So let's reduce the brush, and I want a little bit more light on the subject. So let's scroll up here and reduce the brush size. So we're actually gonna paint on the subject. I like the hair to be a little bit lighter. Love that the red screaming color of her hair. And we dabbing a little bit of light on the subject. Emphasize the winter a little bit more. Okay, let's do bigger brush here. Okay, and let's go increase the light of the dress. Now, and I want that sword to be a little bit more actually lighter too. We don't have to do everything perfectly, it's just like this, and then what we can do is double click gonna bring out layer mask or layer blend mode. Press option and separate it. And I want the whites of the dark colors. Not too much where the sword is actually not visible, but it should be fine. Let's double check how it looks on the hair. Maybe, yeah, maybe this would be okay. Okay, blend mode normal. So now we're playing with this one and we'll see how that's gonna go. Let's scroll out and see what we can change here. As you can see, we're already getting some color here and much a little bit more light onto the subject. Okay. Besides, let's increase the brush size. Besides that, let me see what we can accomplish by, It gives a little bluish kind of ethereal look right now. I like that with these kind of like bright, dark, contrasty images. But we also want to kind of emphasize this light that is coming through here and give that little blue kind of look to it. So we're gonna have to increase. Oh, we're gonna have to increase the brush size and reduce the image size here, and kind of like dual exposure of like bluish light here, kind of like passing through. And definitely we want that same light kind of being in the sky a little bit. Give that ethereal look to it. See? Okay. Now we're gonna do the same thing, blend mode, and we're gonna reduce the, or actually eliminate some of that from the black colors. I want the black colors to be more black. There you go. That creates that little contrast, a little bit more contrast. There you go. This is better. So this is half of the job done. So what we're gonna do is group the stuff all together. So we press, I'm sorry, press Command and click on these images and or adjustment layers and press on a file, and it creates a group, and we rename that or name that group into I don't know, something contrast. Press OK. Then we can adjust the entire group depending on the way we like it. If we don't like that too much, we can drop it to like 50%, or we can just see. That was before, this is after. Not much changed, but it's nice, kind of more popping image. This is 100%. I don't want that much, so let's do 55, maybe 75, because we're still gonna do some adjustments. And let's do 55 actually, or yep, 55, 54, it's, who cares. That looks pretty decent for me. And now we're gonna add one more thing, and that's gonna be an color lookup. So we press on color lookup and load 3D LUTs or whatever, and we do crispy winter look. Crispy winter, of course we don't want that kind of blue, so what we do is reduce it to about 60, maybe 50. Okay, I think 40 too much. Down, I need that bluish color. 50 is gonna be fine. So, and then what we are gonna add is some snow overlays. So for overlays, I use Overlays Manager. I like this one, this addition to Photoshop. Um, I don't remember, there was a couple of years that I downloaded this app actually. So, but you can always add your own overlays by creating PNG files, playing with those things, and it's really unique. I like that. So let's go into Overlays Manager, go into my overlay files, and I already have the snow selected in there. Okay, snow overlays. I used one in the previous one or previous edit. It's not bad, but I don't want that to use it again. Let's see, this is too busy. This is not bad. Not bad. This probably would work. Let me see. Because we shot with a fish eye, you're gonna have to adjust the overlay itself and warp it so it would fit more into that screen or into that look. I think this one would be awesome. This one is a JPEG, so with the JPEGs, whenever you use overlays, they usually cast like a film to it. It makes annoying a little bit. I'll show you what you can do to avoid that. So right now, everything is fine. I like that. It's a square, simple. We're gonna adjust. So we're not gonna use any adjustments in the camera raw files, which normally when you load PNG or JPEGs actually pops up. So preparing smart object. It's gonna take a couple of minutes. So meanwhile, let's talk about something else, like donuts, for example.